What is up, everybody? This is Proto, and welcome to another episode of Like or Dislike, where we look at some of the latest games that drops. I give you a synopsis of the game, tell you about the pros and cons, the mechanics, and since it's on Steam, where you can play it on Steam Deck. And today we're looking at Evil West. Now, this is a game I definitely was looking forward to playing, and I am generally very satisfied with it. But I'm afraid some of the performance issues and a few of the bugs may keep this game from really being a really great game in my opinion. But I think I'm done talking on that. Let's hop into it. So Evil West is a third-person action-adventure game that mixes melee and shooting mechanics with some puzzle solving that comes out with a very fun and addictive loop of gameplay that can be played either solo or with a friend. Now, this is set in a fictional Wild West where you're a vampire hunter tracking down and dealing with outbreaks. You return home that's also the hub for your organization when it comes under attack, and now you have to stop a major vampire outbreak from taking over the US. You have a gauntlet that allows you to use lightning and cause devastating attacks to vampires and monsters alike. You also have a variety of weapons and tools for up close quarters and long range fighting, which definitely helps you out in a fight. Now, you can upgrade your weapons by collecting money in the world, and you are very rewarded by searching around the corners because you'll find large amounts of money to use, and you use that money to upgrade your weapons, giving them unique abilities or giving them extra ammo, which can definitely come in handy. Now, to upgrade your melee attacks, you upgrade them by leveling up and using perks to either upgrade those abilities or unlock new ones. Now, if you don't like certain perks or upgrades, you will have the opportunity to reset them and start over using all the perks and money that you collected, which I thought was a major plus. And a lot of games like this, you really can't change it until you start a whole new game over. So I thought this was very nice that when you get back to your hub, you can reset, or out in the world, or sometimes where you can reset your perks and points. Like I said, if you want to try a different way to play, I think that was a great feature to add. Now, when it comes down to the fighting, you'll be attacked by several types of monsters and vampires all at one time, and they can break your attacks and your combos and cause damage to you while you're fighting one-on-one. So you have to learn how to dodge and counter. But that's where I think the game shines, because you can use all your abilities however you want, with some on a cooldown mechanic. And I think that's, like I said, I think that's one of the best parts of the game. When you're fighting 10 enemies at once and you're dodging, you're pulling off moves, it gets very chaotic and fun and gory, and I love it. Now, it took me about 13 hours to complete the game, and I thought that was pretty good because I was only expecting it to be about 8 hours at the most. But they actually told a really good, funny story, and the gameplay was very fun along the way. Like I say, it is very addictive trying to see what type of combos you can pull off, what type of finishers you can pull. And after completing the game, you can actually start a new game plus with everything you unlock, but this time the enemies are much stronger, which gives you incentives to go back and play the game again, especially if you want to pick up stuff that you miss. And that's another thing I like. You can go back and play certain levels even without playing a new game plus if you want to go back and pick up stuff without changing the story. Now, I did run into some performance issues causing the game to freeze for a second or lag, and in a fight that can get you killed. That happened a couple of times. Now, what they need for this, honestly, is just a patch. A patch is very needed for this issue. If they get a patch for that, I think that would resolve that altogether. Now, I did come across some bugs of certain events not triggering, like when you defeat all the enemies and the next event's supposed to trigger and it doesn't, or if an enemy is out of the zone and you can't kill them, so you can't trigger the next event. And I had one situation where I actually clipped out of the level and I was just falling forever. But a simple fix to it was just to load out of the level and then load back into the level, and that was a quick fix. Now, of course, that should be patched out later on, but that's a quick fix, and that was able to resolve those issues. Now, audio wise, I thought the audio was done very good. Even adding audio to the lore that you found in the world was a very nice touch, so you don't have to do the reading unless you want to. Animation on the characters, pulling off finishers, detail around the world, and your character was very nice on ultra settings. That's what I played it on. Now, at the time of this review, this game is not compatible for the Steam Deck, but I did install and ran it with no problems or needing to adjust any settings to play it. But I also still see the performance issue that I saw while I was playing on my PC. So keep that in mind if you're playing on Steam Deck. Hopefully they do a patch for this and resolve that. But that's pretty much the review of it. So with that being said, let's look into the pros versus the cons. Starting off with the pros, the first thing we're going to look at is the upgrades. I like the fact that you can upgrade no matter if it's your weapons or your gauntlet, however you want to. And then if you don't like one, you can reset it. So I thought that was a very good thing. It lets you customize it to your playstyle. Now the next pro we're going to look at is the combat. The combat is very addictive and fun. No matter if you're fighting a boss or you're fighting a whole bunch of enemies, they let you really much play it how you want to. If you want to be all meleeing, you can do it. If you want to just use your weapons, you can do that. No fight was ever the same. Even if you're fighting the same enemies, it was never the same. And the last pro we're going to look at is the game is challenging. When you get about halfway into the game, they really pull no punches. You really have to like plan out your attacks. You got to make sure you have your stuff ready to go. And there were several times I got my butt whooped, but it's like I had to learn how to take them down, especially when you're fighting them all together. When you're fighting them one-on-one, you can beat them easily, but when you're fighting them all together, you got to prioritize who do you want to take down first, who do you want to stagger. And I thought that was very good. So with the pros done, let's take a look at the cons. So you can imagine what the first con is going to be is the performance issues. Like I said, if they get that patched out, that will resolve that. But for right now, that is a major issue in the game. Like I said, it can cause the game to stagger, cause the game to lag. And if you're in a fight, that can mess you up and get you killed. Now, the next con we're going to look at is the bugs. Like I said, with the performance issues, this can be patched out, but these bugs can get annoying. No one wants to have to load out of a level to load back into it because of a bug issue. And I hate to say, I hate when enemies clip out of the zone and you can't kill them. That is an issue. And last con we're going to look at, the game can get repetitive. When you get about, I want to say halfway through the game, you ran into most of the enemy types. There are going to be a few more different variants of them. You're going to have some bosses that you're not going to fight yet, but you pretty much fought all the enemies that you're going to fight. So at that point, you just got to figure out how to take them down when they hit you in certain groups. But after that, like I said, the game can get repetitive. But that's pretty much the pros and the cons of the game. Overall, I give the game a like. Like I said, the performance issues can be fixed with a patch, so I don't think that's valid to give the game a dislike. The game is overall fun. The story is good. The characters are funny and memorable. I hope they end up doing a second Evil West because I thought this was a very good concept and a good game. Let me know how you guys feel in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed the review, always hit that like button. Let me know. I do reviews of different games. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Like I said, I do reviews of different games. I let you know new games come out every month. Starting to talk about a few more gaming news going on and so much more. Always, you can follow me on social media so you can see what I'm up to doing, or you can follow me on Twitch and watch me play some of these games in real time. But this is Proto, and I'll catch you guys later.